Good evening, and welcome to the 19th Annual Compass Awards ceremony. It's hard for me to believe that it's been 19 years that we've been doing this, but here we are. My name is Lori Jakes, and I'm delighted to be here with you as we celebrate the incredible achievements of our outstanding students. If you haven't had a chance to check out our students, make sure you take a moment to read their profiles by clicking on the QR code that is in the program. Let me also extend a warm welcome to our families and friends who are joining us virtually. We're glad that you're able to participate in our program this evening. This event is one of my favorite events that we do each year. Now, in full disclosure, I make that statement every year, but that doesn't make it any less true. And hopefully by the end of the evening, you will understand why. And now let's welcome our award recipients. Tonight we are recognizing 11 students, and after hearing about them, I know you will agree they are truly extraordinary. These students have shown they not only excel academically, but they are also true leaders on and off campus with an unwavering dedication to Northeastern. Trust me when I tell you, our honorees are more impressive each year. I know we are all familiar with the phrase, "it takes a village." We are able to celebrate these individuals and all of their accomplishments because of the terrific villages that support them. So now I'd like to take a moment to recognize the families and friends, both here and online, of these remarkable students. As you will hear tonight, all of our honorees have demonstrated that they are on the path to alumni leadership and continued involvement at Northeastern, and we look forward to being with them on their journey. Now it's time to move to our presentations. I would like to introduce Samantha Rickert Bohm, who will present our first Compass Award this evening for the College of Arts, Media, and Design.
Hello. I am an associate teaching professor in the CAMD, College of Arts and Media Design for the Department of Theater. And I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Ashley Page DiLorenzo. And not only is Ashley in the Department of Theater, but Ashley is also in the communications realm as well. So there's some double dipping there, if you will. And I want to start by utilizing a quote that is specifically geared towards Ashley. It's better to be a witty fool than a foolish wit. That's a line from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, the iconic character Feste. Feste is a sharp, observant, clever, wise person who's able to put on a good comic act, a fool, a clown, someone whose job is to make laughter occur through song, through dance, among other things. And as if playing Feste wasn't enough, Ashley was also director of music for our production of Twelfth Night this season, if you will. And with that, Ashley took on the role of leading her peers through her crafting of the music, creation of the music, and leading with a presence of grace and support that I haven't seen before in other students. Now, Ashley was someone that I had the pleasure of meeting in her very first semester. She took my Acting 1 class, and I could tell from the start that this was someone who was passionate, driven. all around an amazing human being and would go to further efforts to make sure that her peers were being supported, that her community was being supported, and that she herself was pushing herself to do as much as she could at all times. Ashley has not only been an important part of my life here at Northeastern, she's also the founding and co-president of the Northeastern University chapter of Hear Your Song, a nonprofit organization that helps kids and teens with complex health needs write and produce their own music. She also has had multiple co-ops, casting intern at NBC Universal, artistical directorial team at the Huntington Theater Company, and so much more. And I just know that Ashley is going to be one of those many alumni that we continue to see and talk about here at Northeastern. So, Ashley, please.
This is heavy. Warning for the next people, that's heavier than it looks. I would like to begin by thanking Alumni Relations and CAMD for this honor, Sam for that incredible introduction, and the many professors who've supported me over the years, both by being my instructors and advocating for me to receive awards such as this. I'd also like to thank the Executive Board of Silver Mask Theater Group and the Executive Board of Hear Your Song Northeastern, especially Sean Robery, my co-president, Alan Feinstein, our faculty advisor, and the Center for Student Involvement. Thank you to my parents for being here to watch me accept this award and for their unwavering support. Getting here wasn't easy, and they had my back every step of the way. I've had so many incredible experiences both in and out of the classroom here at Northeastern that it would be impossible for me to thank everyone who has been involved in my journey. Theater and film are two incredibly collaborative passions, and for each of these achievements that got me this award, there are dozens of people who made those individual things happen. I'm incredibly grateful for everyone I've gotten to work with and learn from, some of whom are in this room today. Being an art student at Northeastern wasn't the most obvious path for me to have taken 4 years ago, but it was definitely right for me. Artistic people generally foster community, which makes it unsurprising that the College of Arts, Media, and Design has such a strong one. Some weeks it felt like I spent more hours in Ryder Hall and Curry Student Center than my dorm room, and that's not always because I had some sort of assignment due. It's because myself and my peers are all insanely driven by the desire to create things. CAMD has introduced me to some of the most passionate, ambitious, and encouraging people I know on all levels. This, among many reasons, is why I'm honored to be accepting this award as a representative of this creative community and processing with the CAMD flag during this spring's undergraduate commencement at Fenway Park. I don't think any of the awardees in this room got here without being a bit of a perfectionist, and I am no exception. Despite the many things I've gotten to do during my time here, I can't help but look back on things left undone or things I could have done better. I'm very lucky that Hear Your Song Northeastern, one of the achievements I am most proud of, will live on with next year's executive board and hopefully many more to come. I have no doubt that the next generation of Hear Your Song leadership will continue to make that club and their community a better place and do things with it I never could have imagined when I began the process of starting the club 3 years ago. In this way, I don't need to worry about all the things I didn't do because I've planted seeds of the school that will outlive me. That is an incredible gift. Thank you.
Next, teaching professor and undergraduate program director from the Department of Public Health and Health Sciences, Sam Garbers, will introduce the award recipient for the Bouvet College of Health Sciences.
The room looks really nice from here. I'm also Sam. I'm Sam Garbers. I'm the director, as mentioned, of the Public Health and Health Sciences program in Bouvet College, and I'm really thrilled to recognize Sebastian Caicedo today as the Bouvet Compass Award winner. He's graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences with a minor in Health and Human Services, but Sebastian's also already begun his path to getting a master's in public health through the +1 program, right? Sebastian exemplifies all of the core values that this prestigious award is seeking to recognize: leadership, service, academic integrity, of course. But what I really want to talk about today most is his commitment to Northeastern and to the Northeastern community. There's not a constituent here at Northeastern, including myself, who has not benefited from Sebastian's tireless work to make the institution and higher education more broadly more welcoming, more navigable, and more inclusive. And in fact, I just want to tell a very sweet story that I first met Sebastian because he was the student representative for the faculty orientation in August. So thank you, Sebastian, for welcoming me to the institution. I've also continued to work with Sebastian in his role as the one of the representatives for the Undergraduate Student Advisory Council, which was an incredibly tough role to undertake while we were undergoing our reaccreditation through the Council of Education on Public Health. Sebastian has really demonstrated leadership across every corner and every dimension of Northeastern, but with a specific focus on leadership that promotes belonging and reduces barriers to equitable education opportunities. And so I had to write this down on paper because there's so many of them. Sebastian, I'm so proud of you. I'm continually in awe of how much work you've been able to accomplish. You led as the Empower Student of Color Collective Fellow at the Social Justice Research Center. You did a co-op with Northeastern's University Professional Leadership and Career Equity. You were a squad coordinator for Emerge, mentoring first-gen students. You were a student leader with Northeastern Alliance of Civically Engaged Students, being a peer mentor and a peer educator. That's not even your service. Those are the positions where you served as a leader, right? Where you stepped up to make the institution more navigable. You've been equally prolific in your service, dedicating your efforts to addressing needs in the community outside of Northeastern. Working as a sexual violence prevention educator through and with the Center of Intercultural Engagement. It shows how willing you are to tackle complex or difficult issues and really doing the work to create a safer campus for everyone. Volunteering with the Immigrant Family Services Institute, teaching English to Haitian American immigrants, working at community servings, leveraging your health sciences training to prepare medically tailored meals for community members with chronic medical conditions, serving as a telehealth navigator during the COVID pandemic. And it's not just that you were engaged in all this volunteer work. The list of trainings that you have sought out to continue to build your skill set that will continue to serve you in your leadership. I'm not going to highlight all of them because it's super impressive, but youth mental health first aid, trauma-informed response to disclosures of sexual violence, and community health worker certification. It shows how committed you are to doing this work to advance the community, but to get fully trained to do the job right, which makes me incredibly proud. You've done all of this while maintaining an astronomically high GPA and completing master's level work, and I'm thrilled that you'll be joining the MPH curriculum. You've leveraged all the things that you've learned in your courses to performing academic research tasks at the Institute for Health Equity and Social Justice Research, lit reviews, implementation fidelity assessments, grant writing. Truly, Northeastern owes you a debt of thanks. And what I would just like to say that in the current complex environment, particularly that around threats to public health and to public health education that we're facing, the world needs more Sebastians who are committed to doing hard work, who are committed to implementing evidence-based practices that benefit multiple constituencies, your students, your peers, but also the faculty that you work with. You've integrated your deeply held values in a coherent way that has created positive change within Northeastern and beyond. And so I'm just really thrilled to watching your oncoming trajectory, right, as an alum, as a grad student, and as a future public health leader. So with thanks, I'm very proud to, I can read here. Do I get to hand it over now? Oh, it is.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. First, I want to express gratitude to Dr. Garbers and Anne-Marie Sullivan for nominating me for this award. It has been a pleasure working with them both, and it is an honor to represent Bouvet in this manner. Thank you to Alumni Relations for organizing and hosting this event. I also want to thank my family, who is watching back home in Texas currently, and my friends for their consistent care and encouragement throughout my time at Northeastern. Now, I would like to dedicate this award to the Northeastern community around me. I'm up here today because of the support and guidance of many incredible professors, mentors, staff, and others who saw my potential and enabled me to grow into who I am today. This award is as much a representation of them as it is of me. Additionally, witnessing the drive and commitment of so many students over the years has truly been inspiring and motivating to me. I especially want to acknowledge the hard work of peers who work tirelessly to cultivate a sense of belonging for everyone, and those who challenge us all to strengthen the world around us without hesitation and often without recognition. So I humbly accept this award while recognizing the powerful community around me, full of deeply caring, passionate, talented, and impactful individuals. Thank you, and congratulations to my fellow award recipients.
The next Compass Award is for the DeMoore McKim School of Business. Here to introduce our honoree is Associate Director for Student Engagement, Devon Bovell.
Hello, I'm Devon Bovell, Associate Director of Student Engagement at DeMoore McKim School of Business. I've had the pleasure of working with Chinonso over the past 2 years in a variety of programs to support DeMoore McKim students. She has been a peer mentor and leader for a variety of programs, including the First Scholars Program, the Summer Bridge Scholars Program, and also the Personal Skills Development for Business course that all first-year students take in DeMoore McKim. Through all of these roles, Chinonso has shown exceptional leadership and genuine care for the students that she mentors. Her passion for enhancing the experience for first generation and other underrepresented students has impacted so many students over her 5 years at Northeastern. In addition to these roles, I've worked with Chinonso through her e-board member and president role in the Black Business Student Association, known as BBSA. She has led the organization through a rebrand, the process of becoming a fully recognized student club, and increased membership engagement this year. BBSA doubled the amount of meetings and workshops they hosted this year, and Chinonso led the planning of the organization's inaugural Black Professionals Conference this past February. This event brought students, alumni, and industry partners together for a day of learning and networking. So these are the ways that I've worked with Chinonso. There are a number of other organizations, global experiences, and just impact that she has had on this campus. And I am truly deserving to be able to present this award to her. Yeah, thank you.
And look at me, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Devon, for introducing the award for me. I want to first start out by thanking the Office of Student Engagement and Inclusion at DeMoore McKim. That has been so pivotal in my entire academic journey at Northeastern. So this was like my 5th year at Northeastern. I'm also doing a +1 program. And after starting during COVID, like fall of 2020, or fall of 2022, or fall of 2020, sorry. I definitely was looking for like a place to have community, a place to be able to connect with other peers that looked like me, other peers that were first generation, and OSEI was always there to provide that backbone for me and like clarify things for me when I was a freshman that didn't even understand like the difference between finance and accounting. So I really want to thank Heather, Devon, Cynthia, everyone within the Office of Student Engagement and Affinity Inclusion that has been so important in my journey, and also being the ones to recognize me for opportunities like these. And also, again, Devon has been a key supporter of the Black Business Student Association that has undergone a lot of changes in the past year and has definitely just been there always to support us and continue getting us to the next milestone. So definitely want to thank him for that and all he's done for our club. And I'd also like to thank my mentees I've met throughout the various peer leader or peer mentor positions I've been in. As I've been mentoring them, I've also learned so much from them as well, and they've definitely all been so pivotal in my journey as well to becoming the person I am today. And finally, I'd also, of course, like to thank my parents who are also watching on Zoom today, but without them, I definitely wouldn't be here and be able to be pursuing my master's and graduating in May with both my undergraduate and master's degree. So yeah, thank you so much. And obviously thank you to Alumni Relations for also hosting this event and recognizing all our amazing nominees today. So.
This award is for the College of Engineering and will be presented by Northeastern Hillel's Executive Director, Rabbi Sarah Pasha Orlo.
I am Rabbi Sarah Pasha Orlo, and I am a Northeastern Spiritual Advisor and the Executive Director of Northeastern Hillel. I am here also on behalf of Professor Timothy Lannon in bioengineering. And I'm honored to present this award to Gabrielle Bailey. Professor Lannon, I'll begin, wrote, "Gabrielle is unparalleled in her empathy, drive, leadership, and academics. When I think of students who best embody the values of Northeastern, and in particular the ideals of this award, I think of Gabrielle. Gabrielle is an accomplished scientist, contributing to Professor Rouzbeh Amini's lab in the study of mechanical properties of the iris for insights into treating people with eye diseases. Fred Sebastian, a PhD student in the lab, said, "Gabrielle contributed significantly to my ex vivo iris mechanical property study, demonstrating remarkable adaptability and a keen ability to learn quickly. Her dedication, curiosity, and technical acumen greatly enhanced the quality and progress of this study." At Hillel, you would think Gabrielle had a full-time job. As the leader of our social justice corps, she organized community service projects to support the elderly, worked with children with developmental disabilities, and coordinated food drives for local shelters. Beyond her amazing organizational skills, she's someone who leads with creativity and reliability and consistently brings fresh, innovative ideas to the table while also ensuring that all voices are heard and valued. She really stands out as this thoughtful, intelligent young leader who I was just so impressed to see her working nights as a hospital assistant, doing the tough work of frontline employees in our healthcare system in her pursuit of better understanding the patient experience, and simultaneously coming during the day to paint a mural, she's also an artist, on the wall of the Hillel House, helping create a warm and cherished space for our student community. You might have found her at times out on the quad when we were doing different Hillel events, on site doing portraitures to raise money for the Hillel community. She exemplifies a young leader who is creative, empathic, morally driven, and willing to put in the incredible effort required of those who forge new paths of understanding and social change. Gabrielle, may you go from strength to strength. I imagine you continuing on as you intend to into medical school, into leadership in healthcare, and as a leading alum and loyal alumni of Northeastern and of our Northeastern Hillel. And it is my great pleasure to present you with this award.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here tonight. I would like to thank the College of Engineering for nominating me as a representative. I'm so grateful to be here tonight with my family present. And thank you, Rabbi Sarah, for presenting the award. I came into Northeastern very willing to spend all my time in the library, and that's what I did for 2 years. But Northeastern isn't the type of community that lets you live in a bubble. You learn how wonderful it is to be a part of this space and to be around such warm people. And I really found that community with Northeastern's Hillel. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything that I have in my undergraduate without the support of all of my family and my friends, and especially the Hillel staff, who allowed me to explore Boston and explore the ways that I could contribute and be a part of this wonderful city. Thank you.
Ben Hescott, teaching professor and senior associate dean of academic programs and student experience at the Corey College of Computer Sciences, will present our next award.
Thank you. It is my great pleasure to introduce Shannon Espinoza, a data science and biology major, as our 2025 Compass Award in Corey. Shannon embodies every aspect of Northeastern's experience and everything that we've actually heard about tonight. I'll say in her own words, she says, "All of the work comes from my goal to help others and make an impact in the community." She did that through many different types of internships, work experiences, co-op, and research. She interned at the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, helping to build a 5-year plan to address the racial health equity gap in this state. She followed that with a legislative internship on Capitol Hill, handling health, innovation, data, and commerce for U.S. Representative Trahan. In addition to her public health work, she's worked in neuroendocrinology at Boston Children's Hospital, a research assistantship at Harvard Biomedical, and another research position at the University of Oxford's Department of Psychology, Physiology, Anatomy, and Genetics. Looking to further explore the technological side of medical research, Shannon began entering quantum computing hackathons. She actually won first place at the IBM Challenge at MIT's Quantum Computing Hackathon for the creation of an app to facilitate organ donation. Based on this, Shannon was selected to represent the United States at the annual International Hackathon for Social Good in Abu Dhabi. That's where she is now. All right? After graduation, Shannon is going to be working in a lab in Switzerland investigating quantum computing algorithms for biomedical applications. And I just want to say, as a person that studied quantum computing when it was just mathematical equations, it is absolutely fantastic to see her creativity to use this new emerging field to be able to make a positive impact in the world. We're really excited about everything that you're going to do, Shannon. Congratulations.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hello. All right, well, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the introduction, Professor Hescott. I'm truly honored to be accepting the Compass Award today. I want to start by thanking the Alumni Relations team, and of course, Senior Associate Dean Ben Hescott, the Center for Student Involvement, the Office of Undergraduate Research and Fellowships. Thank you for giving me the STIL for graduation, and especially, of course, the Corey College of Computer Sciences. Corey has been a pretty core part of my journey here. It's a community that has pushed me, challenged me, and opened doors I never could have imagined. And to all my professors and principal investigators who believed in me and kept believing even when I doubted myself, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And of course, a special thanks to my family who is also joining online today, and they've supported me through every step of the way. And as he said, I wish I could be there with you in person, but unfortunately, in typical CS student way, I had the opportunity to be abroad. I was invited to the International Hackathon for Social Good in Abu Dhabi for the second time. It was an incredible experience. Our team developed a quantum native end-to-end security system for electronic voting, and we placed third internationally. We were able to get the attention of CERN and the United Nations, and so now we're also in the process of arranging meetings with both the Democratic and national committees in the United States to explore real-world applications. So honestly, even in today's political climate, getting bipartisan interest might be even harder than building a quantum system. And so looking back, my journey feels pretty unreal. I grew up in the southernmost region of the Philippines in my proud home city of General Santos. I was 14 when I found a love for coding, first on a friend's computer, then sneaking into internet cafes to learn whenever I could. So when my family immigrated to Boston shortly after, I carried that passion with me. And so Northeastern, and especially Corey College, gave me the opportunity to turn that passion into real impact. I was able to study universal nanoparticle vaccines at Harvard and study Alzheimer's resilience and the spatial proteomics of that at Oxford. And then now mentoring and winning in international quantum hackathons, and then writing about quantum computing regulation, international law at the United Nations. So programs like the Huntington 100 and the Undergraduate Nutrition Fellowship community has really helped me find my place and voice here. So today, as a Fulbright semi-finalist, hoping to study quantum algorithms for vaccine design in Switzerland, I'm deeply aware that none of this could have happened without the foundation built by Northeastern and the supportive mentors who believe that students like me, from General Santos to Boston Latin down the street to Northeastern, could truly make a difference. So I accept this award humbly, knowing it represents not just personal milestones, but the collective power of Northeastern that lifted me higher than I don't think I could have by myself. So thank you so much. I'm very proud to carry Northeastern's name forward, and thank you for the Compass Award. It's been an incredible honor.
The Compass Award for the College of Professional Studies will be presented by Dean Jared Auclair.
Good evening. Yes, I just broke the rules. That's how I roll. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. As you heard, I'm Jared Auclair, the Dean of the College of Professional Studies, and it is truly an honor to recognize Chisako Oga Cunningham for this wonderful Compass Award this evening. Before Chisako even stepped foot on our campus or online, as the case might be, she was already one of the best in the world in her profession. A globally recognized, principal ballet dancer with the Boston Ballet, Chisako is no stranger to putting in the work and pushing herself to realize her goals. When she first joined the Boston Ballet in 2021, artistic director Miko Nisnin said of her, "Chisako is a very natural mover, pliable and strong. Dancing seems to come very easy for her. Not many have that quality. She's like a diamond." She carried that same strength and flexibility in her studies in pursuit of her BS in finance and in accounting, with hopes to pursue graduate studies and earn her Certified Management Accountant credential, or CMA. No easy feat, I can tell you. Not that I have one, but I know quite a few people who have gone through the process. Recognizing the value of the long game with the understanding that for most, the rigorous physical demands of dance has a shelf life. She's continuing to seek internship opportunities and gain valuable on-job experience while still fully dedicating herself to dance. Since 2013, Northeastern has partnered with the Boston Ballet for a first-in-the-nation opportunity to fit academics with the demanding professional schedules to allow students to complete their degree while performing with the Boston Ballet. And I hope she'll tell us more about that when she's standing here. Veronica Horn, the Boston Ballet's company manager, says, "Chisako is a textbook role model for her colleagues. making Boston Ballet proud of her continued accomplishments on and off the stage. That appreciation for Shisako's accomplishments was noted early on in her academic career by Ari Schaaf, who serves as the liaison for Northeastern's partnership with the Boston Ballet. Ari recalls that Shisako started taking classes with us in the early years of the pandemic, which was a tumultuous time for the arts, education, and individuals, as we all know. Ari adds, in the years working with and getting to know her, Shisako has never faltered in her commitment to her education, but has the understanding and confidence of self to know when she needed to take a break, just one, by the way, from classes to recharge her energy. She is the embodiment of professionalism and simultaneously a wonderful, sincere, and kind person. In addition to her studies and her commitment to dance, Shisako has served as an ambassador for the partnership between the ballet and Northeastern, providing testimonials for donors, guiding prospective students, and sharing insights with her fellow dancers. Outside of Northeastern, she's taken on leadership roles that align with her values, mentoring ballet students through a program between the Boston Ballet and the Walnut Hill School for the Arts. She is also a union delegate for the American Guild of Musical Arts, AGMA, advocating for safer and fairer working conditions. Truly like a diamond, an iconic example of what it means to be a Husky, it is with great honor that I am able to recognize Shisako Oga Cunningham with the Compass Award for the College of Professional Studies.
What an honor it is to be standing here today alongside so many amazing awardees. You'd think that after performing in front of thousands of people over 100 times a year, I'd be completely comfortable being up here. Spoiler alert, I'm not. Usually when I'm on stage, I let my dancing do all the talking. Today, I'll try my best to convey my thoughts using my own voice. Pursuing a college degree while juggling a career that demands both physical strength and emotional energy has been one of the toughest challenges I've faced. And I've faced a lot of sore muscles. There were moments when I questioned if I could really balance it all. Moments of racing from the stage to my laptop, still in costume and full stage makeup, to finish an assignment. Late nights spent switching from rehearsals to research papers, trying to fit 2 full lives into 24 hours. But through every high and low, I had an incredible team behind me. My family, my professors, advisors, and the staff at Northeastern, and my friends and colleagues at Boston Ballet. Their support kept me grounded and moving forward, even on the hardest days. I also cannot forget to thank the partnership between Northeastern and Boston Ballet that makes this possible for all of us dancers. It's kind of crazy to think that every time there's a break, you'd see a dancer in the hallway on their laptop or on their phone looking at assignments or looking at due dates and reading textbooks, but it is an incredible honor to be able to do so. I hope my journey reminds anyone who might be hesitating. Your dreams don't have to live in separate boxes. You can be a student, a professional, an artist all at once. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And if you ever feel like you can't do it all, just remember, if I can survive finals and the Nutcracker season at the same time, I think that you can do anything. Thank you so much for this award.
Rosa Maria Martinez from the College of Science will introduce our next award recipient.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosa Maria Martinez, and I am the Assistant Director for the Center of Intercultural Engagement. And I have the great honor and joy to present the 2025 Compass Award representing the College of Science to an extraordinary, talented, and trailblazing member of our Northeastern community, Diana Turrieta. Diana exemplifies everything that this award stands for: leadership, academic excellence, service, and a deep, heartfelt commitment to her community. Throughout her time here at Northeastern, Diana has shown us what it truly means to lead with both passion and purpose. Academically, Diana has achieved remarkable success. She's graduating with a 3.97 GPA in biochemistry with a minor in Italian, and has earned numerous prestigious honors. We may not have time to name them all, as the list is vast, but to name a few: her recognition and entry into the prestigious National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship Program, the AGC Merit Research Scholarship recipient, funding her co-op to investigate the interactome profiling of chromatic remodeling of BAZ2B, profiling of chromatin by proteomics. Apologies for that, not from the College of Science. The Advancing Women in Science Scholarship, a genetic information honorable mention poster at the American Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology Annual Conference, and given a Peak Trailblazer Award. And this fall, she will continuing her academic journey as a PhD student at Yale University, studying biological and biomedical sciences. But Diana's impact reaches far beyond the classroom and the laboratory. As a program assistant and community guide for the first generation undocumented and low-income network within CIE, Diana has been a fierce, compassionate advocate for the first-gen community. She helped create foundational resources, organized events, and supported students in building a sense of belonging. Diana understands firsthand the power of community and has worked tirelessly to ensure that others never feel alone in their journeys, while inspiring both younger and older generation first-gen people like myself with hers. She has also served as the lead program manager for the Poder Early Arrival Program, helping incoming first-gen Latinx and undocumented students transition to a life at Northeastern. Her leadership in these spaces has helped lay the foundation for the growing first-gen movement on our campus, a movement rooted in pride, visibility, and empowerment. Diana's mentors describe her as a brilliant, committed, and deeply empathetic person, whether in the research lab, mentoring fellow students, or leading cultural initiatives. She carries herself with grace, humility, and a steadfast commitment to uplifting others as she climbs. Diana, you have planted seeds of growth, leadership, and hope across this campus. Your impact will continue to inspire long after you cross the stage at graduation. We are so proud of you and can't wait to see the incredible future you are building, not just for yourself, but for all those whose lives you've touched. Please join me in celebrating the remarkable future Dr. Diana Turrieta.
Hi, everyone, and thank you again, Rosa, for your really lovely and kind words. Like mentioned, my name is Diana Turrieta, and I'm really grateful to be standing up here. Some of you may have seen me earlier, and all day I've been really excited to be here and just share space with you all. The Compass Award on behalf of the College of Science is an incredible recognition. I'm extremely grateful, but it's not one that I had in mind when I started my journey at Northeastern. In all honesty, I came to Northeastern for academic and professional success. As a first-generation student, the opportunity to get higher education is extremely important to my family and I, and it's not one that I took lightly. But while on this pursuit for education, whether that be academically and professionally, I unintentionally found spaces that were cultivated with care and promoted success for all students. These are the types of spaces, and this was now the type of mission that I hold dear to me. Early in my time at Northeastern, I heard something that really stuck with me, and it went, "It's not enough to lift others as you rise, but instead aim to liberate them." I thought deeply about this quote and the ways that I, as an individual and collectively in the groups that I belong to, could break down barriers and make spaces like higher education more accessible. It's a mission I hope to carry into my graduate studies and beyond that. As a scientist, I truly know the extent of failure and the ways in which support and reflection drive success, and I know that no one succeeds alone. So finally, I'd really like to thank my friends and family. I have a lot of friends in the crowd. Hi. And my family who's watching. I don't know where the camera is, but hi. And just thank them for their support. And I'd like to congratulate all the rest of the awardees, and I hope everyone else enjoys the rest of their night. Thank you.
Our next Compass Award is for the College of Social Sciences and Humanities. Introducing our award recipient will be Cindy Nguyen, the director of the Center for Intercultural Engagement, home to the first-gen, undocumented, low-income network and cultural life education team.
Good evening. Sorry, I have to adjust a little bit. First, I just want to say it is such an honor to be here. Congratulations to all the award recipients. You are all so inspiring. And it's such a pleasure to be able to celebrate all the accomplishment you have done. And it is truly an honor to be here tonight to present this year's College of Social Science and Humanities Compass Award to Clara Barsalam. I'm also deeply grateful for this moment because in my role as the director of the Center for Intercultural Engagement, home to the first-gen undocumented and low-income network, Funnel Network, I've had the privilege of witnessing Clara's brilliance, compassion, creativity, and transformative way of leading relationally and empathetically. The first time I really got Clara, this was in one of our weekly chats and apps at the center. I really finally think I understood the depth of her perspective in this moment, was when she shared how she embraced life's uncertainties. How I understood what she was telling me or sharing with me. For her, it's not about resisting the unknown, but leaning into it so she can show up fully for others. She moves with intention, grounded in the humility of knowing that growth begins by recognizing the capabilities and limitations. That, to me, embodies the value we hope all Northeastern students carry into the world, a world that is complex, dynamic, and beautiful. Clara sees boundaries, not barriers, but as invitation to ask more questions, to seek new ideas, to create new possibilities for others. As Clara once expressed to me, what moves her is reciprocity, and she explained that just as she receives, she wants to give back. It's a cycle she believes that lays the groundwork for others to keep going long after she begins her own next chapter after Northeastern. Claire is a double major in political science and communication studies and philosophy, but her impact stretches far beyond the classroom. True to her value of reciprocity, she builds with and for her community. That's why, as a sole student member of the Fundo Network Policy and Research Committee, Clara didn't just participate, she was instrumental in affecting change. She researched how academic probation's policy disproportionately affected first-gen and low-income students. And she made actionable recommendation to the Persistent Advising Network, PAN, here at Northeastern. Today, because of her work, advising teams across campus have reformed their language and policy in how they best support students, a change I still see taking tangible form every single day. But Claire's leadership doesn't stop there. Surprise. She shapes spaces for belonging as an executive board member of the first-gen low-income student union, Figley SU, where she launched their buddy program to connect students with resources and mentorship. Claire is also an active member of the Politics, Philosophy, and Economics Club, the Empower Student of Color Collective, and the Arab Students Association. Additionally, she has been a peer mentor in the CSSH departments and a program assistant co-op in the Massachusetts Governor Office of Access and Opportunity. Within the larger community, she has served as assistant director of the Boston Intercollegiate Government's DEI Committee and has volunteered for Boston Cares and the Boston Outdoor Preschool Network. Claire is an artist who collages, draws, and makes jewelry. She organized the creation of 5 murals for community organization, blending art and activism in workshops that amplifies marginalized voices. Claire is also a recipient of many other awards, and to select a few, she is the Dean's List, the Political Science Honor Societies, the Leaves of Growth Award, the Communication Studies Department Distinguished Scholar Award, the Peak Award, the First Generation Social Justice Advocacy Award, and the Huntington 100. As one of her mentor, Kellyanne Henry, said best, Claire represents the very best of Northeastern. So tonight, Clara, as you receive this award, know this. Your relentless belief in reciprocity, your courage to reimagine systems, and your art that tells stories about our ever-interconnected world has already transformed this campus and beyond. Claire, it's such an immense pleasure to present the CSSH Compass Award to you tonight.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for that. Those really heartfelt words. Also, I'm so grateful to be here and with such amazing awardees and just hearing the work you've done and also the different layers that must lie under that as well. To echo some of the words that have already been spoken today, I truly think, especially one of the first words, it does take a village, and I don't think I would have been able to be at the point I am without the amazing people, both within CSSH, including Kellyanne Henry, who nominated me and has been one of my mentors throughout the years, as well as the amazing staff outside of CSSH within the centers and departments that I have been able to call home at Northeastern, including the Center for Intercultural Engagement and the First Gen Undocumented and Low Income Network. I'm so grateful to be nominated or receiving this award as the CSSH Compass Award recipient. But truly, like I said, the work that I was able to do is because of the work that has been done before. And I just hope that it will keep going and growing. Yeah, thank you so much for having me here on this big screen. Thank you so much.
The Alumni Relations Compass Award is next, and to present that is my colleague, C. Hawkins, Director for Student Engagement and Philanthropy.
Good evening. So this is Lori's favorite program, but I get to plan the program, so it's my favorite program as well. And since I planned the program, I get to change it up. So Maya, you get to come up. I want you to come up, Maya. One of my things is when I talk about people, I like for you to see who I'm talking about. So I want Maya to be here. So as I say the wonderful words about her, you can look at her in her face and see all the things in her wonderful smile, and the smile will make sense as I talk about the things that make Maya important. So how did Maya end up on the list of folks that Alumni Relations honors? So 3 years ago, we had a wonderful idea to create the Student Philanthropy Council here at the university. We wanted to look at how we could teach our students to understand what we are doing with philanthropy here at the university. And we wanted students to understand, not hearing it from me, who gets paid to fundraise and teach people how to fundraise, but from our students who can say the same thing I said, but students actually listen to what they said. And so Maya self-identified herself as to be the inaugural chair of that board. So just a reminder, a new board, there's no precedent. No one knows what we're doing. We don't really know what we were doing either. We wrote a lot of paper that said a lot of things. But Maya stepped to the front, and that's the reason why we think that Maya, and I know Maya, is on the way to wonderful alumni membership. Outside of that, Maya, amazingly smart student who spent lots of time getting ready to go to dental school. So she's going to dental school. At a school down the road, we will not name the school down the road, but she's going to dental school down the street. And we're very proud of her. But one of the things that really, really stands out in my mind is around halfway through last semester, we had a challenge with engaging the members of the council. There was some apathy towards giving. There was some apathy towards the things the university was doing or not doing right in the students' eyes. And Maya easily navigated us through that time. Not only did she navigate it, but she also made it possible so that we have a new group of students who were interested in the organization. Fast forward another semester, so they came to me and said, see, we think we can improve the Student Philanthropy Council. So Maya stepped up again as she was applying to dental school, applying to do all the other things she do, and she navigated us through that. So we're now on iteration number 2 of the Student Philanthropy Council, which was all Maya's doing. So when you ever hear a Student Philanthropy Council 20 years from now, we always want to think of Maya, because she's the reason why we have the Philanthropy Council number 2. And Maya's done all the other things. I want you all, I'm not going to give this away, but I want you all to ask Maya, what stage has she appeared on? And how many titles does she have? So you ask her that. I'm not going to give that away, so ask her that after we finish. And I'm going to close because last year I got in trouble because I talked too long. I told other people 1 minute, and I took like 5, but again, it's my program. So I'm going to close. Often those who know me, I don't ever write anything down that I say, but we have a writer who prepared the profiles you read in the book. And so I don't think I said this, but this is what the writer wrote, and I thought it was very wonderful. So I'm going to read this word for word from the writer that I think describes Maya. So her leadership, volunteer spirit, academic integrity, and deep commitment to Northeastern are undeniable. She is exactly the kind of student, and my phone is not allowing me to read the rest of it. She's exactly the amount of student that we look to have as an ambassador for the university for a long, long, long time. So everyone, let's give it up for Maya.
Well, hello, everyone. I am honored to be here tonight among Northeastern Class of 2025's leaders in academic, volunteerism, and dedication to Northeastern's mission. I first fell in love with Northeastern when I was just 13 years old, following my sister as she toured universities. Northeastern felt like home, a home I eagerly wanted to be a part of and learn from. It was to no surprise that the past 4 years were nothing short of remarkable and life-changing. From becoming chair of the Student Philanthropy Council, to becoming a licensed dental assistant, and finding my passion in pediatric dentistry, to achieving my dream of getting to dental school. None of this would have been possible without the support and encouragement from the Northeastern community. To name a few, Thank you to Sierra O'Donnell, my predental advisor, for supporting my journey to dental school and for answering my never-ending emails, and I'm not kidding, they were never-ending. Thank you to Professor Jude Matthews, who found a spark in me as a first year and continued to support me through my entire time at Northeastern. And finally, thank you to C. Hawkins, our advisor for the Student Philanthropy Council, who trusted me in 2022 to lead Alumni Relations' newest initiative. I gained a new perspective on the mission behind Northeastern and the positive way that philanthropy shapes our experiences. It's easy to get lost in the chaos, but C always grounded myself and leadership team while encouraging us to stay true to the SPC mission. Thank you again to Alumni Relations for choosing me as a representative, and congratulations to all the other students tonight.
The next award is the Wendy Breen Klein Award, and it is named in honor of a Northeastern alumna, the late Wendy Breen Klein. This award is presented to a senior who embodies both leadership and volunteer. To introduce our recipient is Adrian Dennenberg, the Senior Director of Engagement Initiatives in Alumni Relations.
Mickey, relax. I'm not calling you up. You can just kick back and listen. Thank you all. In getting ready for tonight, I found a quote by Ruth Bader Ginsburg that I think fits everybody getting an honor tonight, but really does suit McGee very well. She's quoted as saying, "Whatever you choose to do, leave tracks." That means don't just do it for yourself. You'll want to leave the world a little better for your having lived. And again, like I said, very applicable to all tonight's honorees. But for Miguel, it's safe to say he has started living this quote out, and he is leaving well-defined tracks and making a very positive impact already. Much like this award's namesake, Wendy Breen Klein, McGee has had numerous leadership and service-focused experiences. If you add in that research pillar of all that he's accomplished as a student, you also have his Northeastern experience in a nutshell. One nominator for McGee said, "I strongly support McGee as the recipient of this award. I believe he has demonstrated excellence and leadership in his academics in the classroom and through his extensive research experience in labs and in a vast number of organizations on and off campus." Another nominee has also shared what truly distinguishes McGee and his deep commitment to service and community building, that he has been a passionate advocate for underserved and underrepresented communities, both locally and globally. Through his founding of Paging Ahead, a literacy program supporting children in the Philippines, as well as his volunteer work with Hernandez After School and the Health Equity Intern Program at Northeastern's Institute for Health Equity and Social Justice Research, McGee has consistently been a great role model to other students, showing how one student's initiative can drive meaningful change and create an impact in the community. Not surprisingly, he's also earned many awards, including the Schaefer Research Scholarship and more than $15,000 in Peak Awards in support of his research. In addition, he's also received the 2025 RA of the Year and is also a part of Huntington 100. When we break and have a fabulous reception afterwards, I really encourage all of you to ask McGee some questions. Ask him about Tribeta, or the biology club, or see how his face lights up when you ask him about Paging Ahead, or his time volunteering as a peer mentor, or as a College of Science ambassador. And I personally want to know how he finds the time to be the host of the Adobe Mix on WRBB Radio. It is my distinct honor to present this year's Wendy Breen Klein Award to McGee Dasara, College of Science, class of 2025.
Okay, wow, that is really heavy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Miggy. Thank you so much for selecting me, Alumni Relations, for selecting me for this award. This award is honestly a reflection of all the communities and the mentors that have shaped me throughout the years at Northeastern, namely all of the RDs that have worked with me, from Yara, Jesse, Markia, and Elson, and Leah, and to my family, and to the Tri Beta E-Board that I will gladly tell you all about because they're such amazing people. And to all of my listeners, to WRBB 104.9 FM Boston, that I love saying every show. And to all of the mentors at the Chai Lab, from Nicole, Yinghao, Leticia, and especially Jillian, for really for helping me grow as a scientist. And also all of the children I worked with at Access, and also my parents for literally supporting me in all of my initiatives. Thank you guys so much. I know after this that I will not ever stop giving back and being helpless and not helpless, but being helpful and giving myself. And I really hope to one day make a big impact to Northeastern, to the alumni relations, and hopefully to the world. Thank you so much.
And our final award for the evening is the Garnet Award, presented to one junior or third-year undergraduate student who has demonstrated the same core values as the Compass Award recipients. I'd like to ask Dr. Denise Douglas from the John D. O'Brien African American Institute up to the lectern to introduce our honoree.
There we go. I'm too short, y'all. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Dr. Denise Douglas. I am one of the program coordinators over at the John D. O'Brien African American Institute, and I have had the extreme pleasure of knowing Dante since his freshman year on campus at our What's the Scoop on the Institute event with his infectious energy. So, when first receiving the email that Alumni Relations was seeking nominations for the Garnet Award, the first name to pop into my head was Dante. If you needed a student for a high school panel, ask Dante. If you were looking for an MC for an event, also ask Dante. And this is not for myself or any of my other colleagues across the university to add more to the plethora of things he does both in and outside of the classroom setting, but to highlight the spirit with which he achieves them. It's hard to capture the full breadth of his contributions in just a few minutes. A Torch Scholar, Huntington 100, and Dean's List student majoring in cell and molecular biology with a minor in data science, Dante has distinguished himself through groundbreaking neuroscience research while remaining active in various leadership positions across the College of Science and in the first-gen undocumented low-income network housed under the Center for Intercultural Engagement, tirelessly creating spaces of belonging, mentorship, and advocacy for students across the university. Beyond the boundaries of Northeastern, he can be found leading service projects with his fraternity, the Beta Alpha chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, or leading alternative spring break trips through the Office of Community Service and Civic Engagement. Dante is the kind of student who brings his full self to every space, leading with empathy, vision, and approaching each opportunity given with a desire to uplift others. Simply put, Northeastern is better because of Dante's presence, and I am confident that his impact will only continue to grow. Please join me in congratulating him as we present the Garnet Award.
Ooh. Hello, everybody. I guess they saved the best for last, I like to say. No, I'm kidding. But in all, I'd like to thank everybody for being here right now. Thank everybody for being online. And not to sound redundant, but it really is a village. It takes a village. Thanking all my villages. As a kid from South Central LA, or South LA, as we like to put it, coming 2,000 plus miles across the country wasn't an easy feat. But I'd like to thank my parents at home, my family at home, my uncles, everybody that's impacted my life in LA, for allowing me to transition to Boston and make my impact here. But most importantly, I'd like to thank the people in Boston that have helped me lead my impact. Thanking the College of Science, most importantly, the Dean's office. Thanking the Community Service and Civic Engagement office for allowing me to go on those spring breaks. Thanking the Institute for having wonderful people there like Dr. Douglas that's always looking out for me, always looking to put me in rooms that she feels I belong in and knows I belong in. Thanking the Undergraduate Research and Fellowships Office for the Peak Awards, and thanking my brothers, my family, my chapter, my fraternity, thanking everybody that's allowed me to be great and mold me to be great in order to be in these places. Thanking the university for allowing me to be myself and find myself. And just thanking my family, thanking everybody for being here, thanking the Alumni Relations Office. And I would like to end this speech off by saying, go Mob.
You see, I told you they were all impressive, so let's give them another round of applause. Before we close the program this evening, I do want to take a moment to thank my colleagues who were here this evening and introduced each of the honorees. Without you, this program would not be possible. So thank you for being here. And again, another round of applause for them. I want to take a minute to thank my alumni relations team in the back of the room who made this program possible. You heard from C, but he and his team are the ones who do everything to make this possible, from reaching out to the deans and the colleges, asking for their support of this program, to nominate a student, a senior. So thank you to you all for making that possible. Now, lastly, to our honorees who are sitting here in the front row, I want to leave you with this one thought as you graduate, which 10 out of the 11 of you will be leaving us in a couple of days. But I want to leave you with this one thought, that Northeastern is here for you and always will be. So continue to remember that they are a lifelong network for you. You are a part of this network that is more than 350,000 strong. So pretty much anywhere you end up, there will most likely be another Northeastern alum to help you. But I stand up here today to ask you all to be active participants yourself, to be, as the Compass Awards represent, to become alumni leaders or volunteers, or support any area of the university that means the most to you. It will truly be appreciated in any way that you choose to do this. And if you don't know how to do this, please come see myself. I have other colleagues in the back of the room. We are more than happy to work with you to stay connected and in touch with the university throughout the rest of your journey. So in closing, I want to congratulate all of the honorees. I want to thank you all for being here with us this evening. For those of you who are joining us from your living room, good night. And for those of you who are here with us, there will be a reception in the back, so please join us there. And before we end the program, I have one housekeeping note, and that is to ask the honorees to grab the stole that is on the back of your chair and to come up to the stage for one last photo. But thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you.